StadiumDB.com presents Africa Cup of Nations 2023 Stadiums, Ivory Coast. Hello! Vuvuzelas, dancing and joyful football. These are the special features that characterize the Africa Cup of Nations. The 2023 edition, contrary to its title, will be held in January and February 2024. This will be the 34th edition of the tournament and the second to be organized in Ivory Coast. The matches will be hosted at 6 stadiums. You will see all of them soon. Let's begin our journey with Stade Amadou Coulibaly, capacity 20,000, Korhogo. It's a new stadium built to host the upcoming tournament. The facility was erected in the south of Korhogo, the northernmost host city of the Cup. Construction officially began on May the 18th, 2019, with Amadou Coulibaly, Prime Minister of the JCS from 2017 to 2020, who died in office, as the venue's patron. The naming of the stadium after him was already announced in July 2020, just days after his death. The official commissioning of the stadium with the Minister of Sport took place on November the 4th, 2023, the day after which the first 2 matches were played in the stadium, opening the African Women's Champions League final tournament. Stade Laurent Pokou, capacity 20,000, San-Pédro. A brand new stadium built between 2018 and 2023 in coastal San-Pédro, mainly with 2023 Africa Cup of Nations on the horizon. Northwest of the city lies the Thai National Park, known as one of the last sanctuaries of the pygmy hippopotamus, which is listed on the UNESCO's World Heritage List. The facility, though, was built with Chinese support. It was named after Laurent Pokou, the late Ivorian striker who died in 2016 and scored a total of 14 goals at 2 African Cup of Nations tournaments in 1968 and 1970, an unbeaten record until 2008. On September the 9th, 2023, the stadium witnessed its inaugural official match as Ivory Coast national football team secured a 1-0 victory over Lesotho in a 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. Stade Konan Banny, capacity 20,000, Yamoussoukro. It is another new venue built between 2018 and 2022 in preparations for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations and the first modern and representative stadium in the national capital. Initially known as the Stade de Yamoussoukro, it was named in April 2023 after Konan Banny, the country's former prime minister who died in 2021. The venue was ranked 20th in the 2022 Stadium of the Year competition, which is now in its 12th edition. The stadium reached a stage of near completion in summer of 2021, with the national team's World Cup qualifying matches scheduled for autumn of the same year. However, a report by the African Football Confederation found infrastructural shortcomings, mainly in terms of security, and the matches had to be moved to another venue. The second half of the stadiums is ahead of us, so this is the perfect time to like the video. Also write in the comments what country you would like to see as Africa Cup of Nations host. Stade Félix Houphouët-Boigny, capacity 33,000, Abidjan. The stadium was originally named Stade André in honor of the French sportsman. Before the 1961 Friendship Games, it was extended with new stands along the pitch and was named after Félix Houphouët-Boigny, the country's first president. The facility is also known as Le Félicien. Later, grandstands were added to the arches, until the new national stadium in the suburb of Abidjan opened in 2020. It was country's main stadium, hosting matches including the final of Ivory Coast's first African Cup of Nations in 1984. In 2009 and 2013, the stadium was tragically crowded. 19 and 61 people died respectively. Prior to the 2023 tournament, the venue was upgraded with a new roof covering the entire auditorium and a decorative facade. Stade de la Paix, Capacity 40,000. Bouaké. The city, which is home to around 800,000 people, is the birthplace of many Ivorian footballers, including Yaya Touré, Kolo Touré and Ibrahim Touré. The main stadium of the country's second-largest city was built for the first African Cup of Nations held in Ivory Coast in 1984 and was one of the two arenas of the tournament, alongside the Stade Félix Houphouët-Boigny. Then the Ivory Coast team did not advance beyond the group stage, with only one win and two losses. On July the 30th and 31st, 2007, the so-called Peace Fire ceremony took place here, symbolically ending the Ivorian crisis. Hence, the current name of the stadium refers to peace. Prior to the 2023 tournament, the venue was significantly expanded. Work took place between 2019 and 2023 and increased the capacity from 25,000 to 40,000 spectators. Stade Alassane Ouattara. Capacity 60,012, Abidjan. Ivory Coast's new national stadium has been built near Paix and Niamey, on the outskirts of Abidjan. Construction began at the end of 2016 with the impetus for the arena coming from hosting the Africa Cup of Nations. Built in partnership with China and inaugurated on October the 3rd, 2020, the stadium has stands for just over 60,000 spectators, making it the largest in the country, but also allowing it to rank as one of the largest and most modern in Africa. Due to the high amount of rainfall, the investment was very demanding, especially in the early stages when mud flooded the trenches. The commissioning deadline could not be met, and it was not until spring 2020 that the facility was completed. There were several reasons apart from the weather, including massive malaria outbreaks among Chinese workers. The auditorium is divided into 3 tiers, and the venue also has a roof which, however, covers less than half of the stands. The stadium is surrounded by a ring of 96 columns, forming an arcade, between which at the top are decorative stained glass windows. The arena's patron is Alassane Ouattara, the country's incumbent president since 2010. This is the end of our African adventure. Write in the comments if you will be watching this tournament. The last 4 editions of the Cup have been won successively by Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Algeria and Senegal. Who are your favorites to win the Africa Cup of Nations? More content is coming soon on our channel, so don't forget to subscribe. Bye!